Cheaper cards.
Cheaper cards.
That's what we're looking at. We're looking at cheap stuff.
Okay. I like this. The first card we're looking at is a 2022 Bowman Sapphire Chrome Prospect Auto, Elly De La Cruz, PSA 10. First Bowman for under $300 with an auto on an Elly?
Yeah, so when you're looking at cheaper cards, relatively more expensive cards, you have to buy with the comps. You need to look for things that are ending low. Right now, this Elly De La Cruz is at $300. It's probably a $3,000 card that will shoot up very soon. But look at players that are down. I mean, Elly's striking out a lot. He's not getting on base that much, but the Reds are about to get hot, so it could be your time to start buying Elly cards, because if the Reds make the playoffs for the first time in I don't know how long, then these Elly cards are going to be the main reason that go up.
Well, I think this is what we're talking about too. Popularity, player performance. Elly is obviously very popular, right? His stats, I mean, they predict him to be number one in fantasy some years, right? He's not number one this year, but that doesn't mean he can't be next year or year after that. And then third factor is the city, right? So Elly gets traded or signs with the New York Yankees, the LA Dodgers, the San Diego Padres, right? A large list of the Boston Red Sox. Like Elly could go to a team, right, in the next couple years, and boom, his price increases 20, 30, 40% overnight.
But you know what's equally as impressive as doing that is bringing a championship to Cincinnati. I mean, if you're on a small market team and you could do what Shea does and bring a championship to that team, that could be just as good as moving to a big team.
Is this blue first Bowman numbered, or this is...
No, this is just a Sapphire auto. They're SSP. They're hard to come by, but they're very beautiful.
Well, Pop 40, PSA 10, very nice. What do you think? Does this end at under $500 by tomorrow?
No chance. This ends at over 2K, I believe. I don't know why it's so low right now, but this is why I looked at the bottom edge of the auction house, because there's some value down there.
Well, listen, I think this also shows people who are watching this show, this card's at $293. There's only a day and 4 hours left. So just because you see a card at $300, Ethan is predicting that this card goes to close to $2,000. By the time we post this video, we'll have the listing, and you guys can check it out yourselves to see what this sold for. Now, the next card up, this is sick. And highly disrespected, by the way. Mookie bets should be through the roof in terms of price. This is at $400. There are 8 days left. BGS 9, Auto 10, 2014 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto, Black Refractor, Mookie bets, serialed 5 out of 99. And there's 22 in BGS Pop.
Mookie Betts is the top 3 player in baseball. You cannot argue against it. He's a 3-time champion. He plays every position. He's a great guy, a fantastic bowler. I mean, he's just a good smile.
Bowling.
Yeah, one of the greatest bowlers in baseball right now. But most importantly, the black to 99 is a good colorway. It's now to 75, but it's still like one of the most aesthetic colorways, because, to be honest with you, orange, red, I mean, they're cool, but the black just looks good. I'm a Prism guy, so black kind of gives me good memories. I think this card's going to end cheap because people underlook how good Mookie is.
Well, it's interesting because there's a lot of Topps products black that are numbered to 10, right? And I would argue that that's a nice black out of 10, red out of 5. Like those are just like staples by Topps Chrome or Bowman. So I love to see that gold variation numbered to 10, but obviously Topps has taken gold and made it out of 50. So what is the variant that's out of 10? And I don't think Topps has really like clearly defined their out of 10 colorway.
No, because they have Bowman Draft and they have Bowman Chrome, and there's a Pearl colorway that's a 10 now. It's they're
highly confusing for the average collector who is entering the hobby.
Yeah, the thing about Bowman is that they just want to make more product because it sells so well. Like, they have Black Reptilian, Green Lava Wave. Like, they're just making stuff up now.
2024 Topps Pristine Pair Dual Autos, Aaron Judge, Derek Jeter, numbered to 25. This is cool.
Yeah, for 2 guys that are like one of the better Yankees of all time, you don't see a lot of dual autos of them. I think this is a good PSA 10 on car out of a good product. It's just, I like the car. I'm not a Yankees fan, but I know a lot of Yankees fans are going to go after this.
Pristine is a really cool product, too, that like not a lot of people know about or rip. But if you actually get your hands on a box as a collector, like it's a fun, interesting, kind of unique rip. And Derek Jeter, who's already cemented his legacy as a Yankee, and now Aaron Judge, no matter what he does, even if he doesn't get a World Series, he's still got multiple MVPs. So having Aaron Judge auto with Derek Jeter, that is going to be collectible forever for a Yankees fan.
Yeah, because majority of the Jeter autographs are with like Cal Ripken, Reggie Jackson, yada yada, Jorge Posada. I think there should be more Judge Jeter autos. And if you look it up, there's not a ton of them. These both look like they'd auto grade a 10 as well. And Pristine's a good product. Like you said, it comes with one encased card. I like products that come with encased cards because they usually grade well. I think it should be more of regularity that the best card in a product should come in a one touch, just because I want the card to be clean.
I love that idea. I also would love to see like a sick dual patch auto Jeter and Judge, right? Like or like a dual logo man, right? Like that would be really cool. You know what? Here's an idea. Topps idea of the week. Logo Fractor. Right? I love the Logo Fractor. People may not love it, but I love the Logo Fractor. I think it's sick. Imagine if it's a Logo Fractor across the card, but then the actual logo man from the jersey in the card.
A triple logo man.
It's like all logoed out. The whole card's a logo. That would be cool.
That would be really cool. I'm surprised Dynasty hasn't made a dual logo man of Jeter and Judge.
Logo Fractor, Jeter's logo from his jersey, Judge's logo from his jersey, put it in one card, have them both sign it. That is a moneymaker.
Throw in a mantle, and then we're good to go.
Oh, man. If you find a used mantle logo man,
I don't
forget
think they
about
had
it.
logo mans at that time.
What's the next card you got?
A card that I passed on a couple months ago in the Chicago show, Nico Collins Black Finite. I mean, this card is pretty cheap for what it should be, because if you look at Nico Collins' numbers when he's playing, him and Stroud are a top 5 connection in the league.
And by the way, I've seen some lists where like Nico is very disrespected in terms of what his potential is. Like they're putting him 9th on the best receivers list, or even like maybe even outside the top 10 on some lists. So I could see Nico on any given year being the number 1 receiver stats wise. Like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, these are the biggest names in football. But listen, every year there's always a guy like SGA, for example. If we were talking about this last year, who are going to be the top 3 finalists for MVP this year? You weren't saying SGA.
No.
You weren't saying SGA,
No.
right? So, like, let's just break that down in the receiver version of this for the NFL. If Nico Collins had the most touchdowns or the most yards this year, would you really be that surprised?
No, and if this was CeeDee Lamb, this card would be a 5x what it is now. And if you look at the numbers last year, every game Nico played, he was the number, like, that. In that small sample size, he played 10 games. He was the best receiver in the league in those 10
And
games.
going to market size, Houston is not a small city, and there's plenty of money there.
Plenty of money, and when Stroud wins MVP next year, there's going to be a guy grabbing a lot of touchdowns.
Wow, the call out for Stroud MVP. I like that. Okay, what is the next card you got?
This card is actually one I'm bidding on. So if you're watching this video, please don't bid on this against me. Because if you look at what the Nuggets have been doing, they brought in Cam Johnson. They brought in Tim Hardaway. And they brought in Jonas Valanciunas. They have the depth now. They need a third scorer, because Cam Johnson, one of my favorite players, is just an off-ball genius who's going to play defense and spot up. He's not going to take over. Jamal Murray's going to need the ball in his hands. The Joker's going to need the ball in his hands. We need a third scoring option. Christian Braun averaged 15 points a game last year. If he can just kick it up to 18, that makes him one of the elite players in the NBA. There's only a handful of players every year that average over 15 points a game. So if the Nuggets are in the playoffs next year and they're whooping ass and
they could beat anybody.
Yeah,
Let's be real here.
If Christian Braun takes that step, which he might, this team will win the championship.
And also, maybe Christian Braun signs a free agent contract in the next couple of years, and it's with a bigger market team.
Yeah, or he stays with the Nuggets and wins it all. I like Christian Braun, and this is a Prism Nebula. You see some booty-ass players in Nebulas go for
No one is going to be
$5,000.
surprised if the Denver Nuggets end up winning another championship
No,
with Joker.
no.
Let's be real.
And this could be one of the guys that makes a difference.
This is one of my favorite cards, man.
Yeah.
This is one of my absolute favorite cards. I wish I could try to like collect this in a rainbow, but I read an article about the guy who has the super of this, and I think he paid like
Lior.
$2 million. Oh, it is Lior.
Lior, the
Yeah.
owner of Alt, the guy whose auction house we're on, owns the super of this and the Kobe. And I could put one of these cards up every week because I'm an 08 collector. I have the gold. I almost had the rainbow. I lost the red on auction last time I came up for sale, so I kind of given up since. But this is aesthetically one of the best cards in history. People who don't even watch sports love this card. It's just, you're not going to get a photo this good.
To be honest, like when we talk about long-term collecting, like this is the card you should buy. If you don't know what card to buy and you're like, what card should I buy to hold for 20 years? You are not losing money on any version of this card ever. Like this is such a stash card in the hobby. This is when you talk about iconic, this is iconic. This card and the Kobe LeBron card which I collect that card, right? And I'm never going to get the super. But still, like, no matter what, low pop, as low a number as you can afford, grab this card. This one's at $940. There's 8 days left. This is numbered to $499. Gem in 10, PSA 10 population's 46. So there's only 46 of this card in a 10. What do you think this ends at?
This should be like a $4,500 card. Also, this scan doesn't do it justice. The smoke he's throwing up is like it refracts light insanely.
What do you think? Do you in 20 years do you see this $4,500 card being like 50 grand?
I can see this card being like 12 grand, which is still
in 30 years, 20 years. I think it's more than that.
Only because the X-Fractor at 288 is sick because the smoke has an X-Fractor logo through it. I think that's the better card. The golds, they're all going to go up. So it all matters how this red moves.
But I want you to think about like the $50,000 Michael Jordan cards from the 90s. Like you got to think about, okay, like what cards from the 1990s Michael Jordan are selling for 50 grand right now? And then predict the future and go, oh, well, this LeBron card's numbered kind of the same. Right?
Yeah, I did lowball. It could be a 20K card super easily.
Sure. Hey, invest in real estate or invest in LeBron James, PSA 10, witness.
I'm taking LeBron over
card.
Real estate any day of the week. I can't put a real estate in my safety deposit box.
No, definitely not. Please like, subscribe, and check out these other videos that we think you might enjoy.